Hello everyone, this is Sada. Today I want to talk about subsidies for the COVID-19. In my last lectures, I talked about a loan for the COVID-19. In these lectures, I will talk about subsidies. Subsidies and loan are different. If it's a loan, you borrow it, you have to pay it back. If it's a subsidies, you get it, but you don't have to pay it back. So let's get started. First, I want to explain you who can apply for these subsidies. So if your sales drops more than 50% compared with the sales of the same month in 2019, you can apply for the subsidies. Let's look at the example. In April, your sales was 900,000, in May, 400,000, and in June, 300,000. For these 3 months, your sales dropped more than 50% compared with the sales of the last year in May and June. So you can apply for the subsidies by picking up the data in sales in May and sales in June 2020. The important point here is you are comparing the sales not based on the average, but you're comparing the sales of some single months, and compare with the sales of the same month in 2019. And another important point here is you can apply for the subsidies only one time. So your sales dropped more than 50% in 2020 May and June 2020, but you cannot apply for the May and June 2020. You can pick up only 1 month and apply for the subsidies. So how much actually you can get the subsidies? There's a maximum amount. So maximum amount for the corporation is 2 million Japanese yen, and the maximum amount for the sole proprietors, like individual freelance people, is 1 million. So how we can calculate? We calculate sales in 2019 minus sales of the month when your sales dropped 50% or more, multiplied by 12 months. So let's look at the example. I think it's easier. The numbers are same as my previous slide. So in May and June 2020, your sales dropped more than 50%. And for example, if your sales in 2019 was 5 million Japanese yen, sales in June 2020 was 300,000 Japanese yen. So 300,000 Japanese yen multiplied by 12 months is 3.6 million Japanese yen. So A minus B is 1.4 million Japanese yen. But there is a maximum amount. So if you are a corporation, the maximum amount is 2 million. So the 1.4 million is smaller than the maximum amount. Then you can get 1.4 million of the subsidies. But if you are sole proprietors, the maximum amount of the subsidy is 1 million. In this case, you can get only 1 million as a subsidies. So important point here is you will pick up the best month. In this case, you should pick up June 2020, but you should not pick up May 2020. So because sales in May 2020 is larger than the sales in June 2020. So this means if you pick up the sales in May 2020, the amount of subsidies may decreases. Next, I will explain about what are the necessary documents for the application. Of course, the first one is copy of your tax return. If you submit it by papers, you will have the receipt stamp for the receipt from the tax office. So you need the tax return with the stamp. If you file the tax return electronically, you have the email of the receipt from the tax office. So you need this document. The second one is record of the sales when your sales drops more than 50%. If you are doing the bookkeeping by using the accounting softwares, you can output the sales data from the accounting softwares and submit it with application. The third one is copy of your bank account to receive the subsidies. You will attach the cover page, and you will also attach the first page of your bank book and submit it with the application. So here is the application process. First, you go to the links here and register your email address temporarily. Then you will get an email from the website. After that, you issue your ID and the password. Then you fill in the information like the company's names and the address and your representative director's name and so on, and submit with the 3 necessary documents that I mentioned in my previous slide. You can attach PDF, JPEG or PNG. Then subsidies, after you submit it, they will check it and you will receive usually within 2 weeks from the application. And if there is any problem, they will send you the email to your registered address. Right now, the application for the subsidy is very crowded, so it is important to submit good document in a good manners and get a subsidy at once. So this is actual the website to apply for the subsidies. The application period is from May 1st, 2020 to January 15th, 2021, so we still have a time. By clicking the button here, you can start application process now. So if you are applicable for the subsidies, let's get started now and get the subsidies from the government. Thank you for watching my videos. See you next time. Bye bye.